I want you to look closely at all this litigation. It's real. I don't have Zoom. This is my phone camera. So what I'll do is I'll zoom in and show you they're all the same slime ball, mortgage servicer, thieving, corrupted, fraudulent, with probably 100 convictions on all of their cronies that also work for them. This is a servicing company. They service the mortgage. They don't own it. Someone else owns it. They sold it with servicing rights, which means the longer they keep the litigation going, the longer that bank has to pay them. And no matter what you say, whether it's realistic or not, whether you make a deal that's reasonable, fair, just, equitable, don't mean a damn thing. They do not want to make that deal because just as soon as they make that deal, it's the same as putting your hand in their pocket and taking that money out. So they will not make no deals with you because it's not in their best interest. And if it's in your best interest, you can just forget about it. They don't give a damn about your best interest. The court systems, they're bought and paid for. Don't forget, their pension plans are connected with these major insurance companies, major mega banks. If they take a bank and they bankrupt that bank, it's literally like bankrupting their money from their pension plans and every other thing that they're associated. So the banks are bought, the courts are literally bought and paid for, because you cannot commit these many frauds, hundreds if not thousands across the nation, without going to jail or just jailing a few people here and there to make it look good. No, you commit one fraud, anything even close to what they did, and you're going to jail, sua sponte, immediately, by the judge. Sua sponte, that's Latin for the judge telling you, we're not even going to hear this matter. You're going straight to jail. Okay, and this is the place right here. Now let me tell you something. This is the place that my son, who's coming back from Iraq, is supposed to be living in when he gets back after defending his country, only to find that a bank is looking to screw him out of it and using an attorney to help them screw him out of it, who's getting paid. I get tons of paperwork, tons of it, because every time they write down something on a piece of paper, they get thousands and thousands of dollars. Their client, the bank, which there is no bank, there really is no bank anymore. There's only stockholders, shareholders of a trust. They put all this money into a trust, and then they sell shares to that trust. And they even sell them to retirement and pension plans, where they know the loans are going to default, and the interest rates and the monies that come from those loans, which goes into the trust, which pays the people who have shares, are going to get screwed. And it's a well-planned event. I mean, it's planned by every goddamn bank across the United States, and no one does anything about it. And if you go into court and you're arguing the fact that they pulled the biggest scam that ever lived, and you show them 100 cases, the judge still has to think twice before he allows you to even have discovery on the process. Discovery is a means of finding out whether or not they cross the T's and dot the I's in the acquisition of the note or the mortgage that they're intending to foreclose your property. When they went belly up and we gave them $20 trillion, that paid off almost 80% of the money that they had expended, whoever had the note. And when they were paid off, that means your loan was paid. Essentially, whoever pays your loan, the loan is paid. It has nothing to do whether you failed to pay it or didn't pay it, or however you just didn't pay it. It doesn't matter. The loan was paid by an insurance company, AIG, which also almost went belly up. It's gotten so bad that if for example, during the process of the chain of title, they have to file each assignment, and they have to do it properly, duly, lawfully. And the properly, duly, lawfully is filing each assignment with the county in which where the property lies. If they file every transaction, they never did. They created a company called MERS, and MERS was some kind of a document registry system where they kept the documents and all of the assignments and anything that transacted between that mortgage. Well, it comes to find out that MERS didn't even have the documents. They ultimately did not have the proof to show that they are in good standing. And you show that to a judge, and he doesn't even damn care. A lot of the judges. There's very few that's legitimate. essentially, the way it works out is there is there is so much fraud in the mortgage bubble, and the biggest fraud was literally upon the people. The second biggest was upon the government, our system of government, such as the filing system. If the government came after the banks for the lack of failure to charge them fines for doing it, and get paid the sums of money that they should have paid them to file all these transactions, chain of title, assignments, or whatever that went on with a piece of property, if they go after them for those fees, they would bankrupt the banking system. That's how bad it is, and they won't do it. Essentially, this is the biggest scam that has ever been made. And anyone else is going to try to get this. I know the law. I practiced it for 28 years. And I will continue to make effort to get this house for my son. There is no one's going to take this house away from me. So I'm going to tell you, anyone who else wants to get involved in this here big litigation, come on down. Just come on down, because you'll be a big part of it, and you better have really good lawyers and lots of money to pay them. Because I am not going to let this house go without a fight. So if you get involved with this house, trust me, you will be my opponent. You'll be my opposition, and I will see you and deem you as someone that I have to beat down to get back my house. So I strongly advise you to think twice before you get involved with 16317 Buccaneer Court, Hudson, Florida. And it's a termite-infested house. It needs a lot of work. We showed him the bills. We gave him peer review experts showing that it needs this kind of work. We're willing to pay for the house less the cost of work. They don't even want to hear about that. That's too damn real. Anything that's real is not in their agenda. Thank you very much. I'm sorry to have alarmed you. I hope I haven't appeared to be some feisty type person that's just looking for trouble, or anything that would be deemed nefarious. I simply want justice, and I will fight for it. Thank you. Have a great day.